Hello everyone! It is a cold and snowy day here today. I hope you guys are staying warm and safe wherever you are. I have some exciting news to share. Yesterday morning I went to the doctor for my 3-month follow-up exam and he was very happy with the numbers, and so was I. So we are on the right track. If you're new here, I'm Tiara and this is my channel, My Shot at Life, where I share my weight loss journey on a GLP-1. I started at 302 pounds and I am down 35 pounds.
Less than half of what I'd hoped for. More will come.
Yesterday morning when I got up, I weighed in at 267.2 pounds. Now, at the doctor, it will say a different number because when I weigh myself here at home, I wear as little clothes as possible. I don't drink water before I weigh. I use the bathroom before I weigh. So all of those things combined, at the doctor's, I was a little bit heavier than at home, which is to be expected, nothing to be worried about. I actually tried to film this video yesterday, and today is my third time trying. I just had so many difficulties yesterday with technology. So here we go. I want to do a kind of side-by-side comparison of how it was at my first doctor visit and now here at my second doctor visit for my 3-month follow-up. And I've got the paperwork to show my numbers and just kind of what it's like going to a doctor when you are trying to get onto a Tirzepatide. So I'm going to do a little bit of a screen share here. So first off, from my first visit, which was August 30th, I went in with my concerns. I had 3 concerns that I wanted to talk to the doctor about. My very first concern was obesity, trying to lose weight. My second concern, and I'm super sorry if this is a little bit TMI, but my second concern was irregular periods. I have had some really awful periods that some of them have lasted a very long time, very painful. And then also infertility. My husband and I have been married for almost 4 years. Our 4-year anniversary is coming up in like a week. And we have not been able to have kids this whole time, even though we've tried this whole time. So these are the concerns that I have, and they do all relate to weight loss. I put obesity as my first concern because I know that if I can lose weight, then possibly and probably my periods will regulate more and won't be as painful, and hopefully the infertility issues will be resolved, hopefully. So my very first exam, you can see here my blood pressure was 130/85. Also, a little bit of a warning here. I have almost no knowledge of the medical world. I don't know what a lot of this means. Something about this I know is not super great, but I'm sure some of you guys probably know a lot more than I do. So my starting weight, 302 pounds, temperature 98.2, pulse 91, respiration 22, oxygen saturation 99%. I don't know these last two. I don't know what they mean. My mom went to respiratory therapy school. She said that normal range for respiration is like, I think she said 12 to 15. So 15 is like on the high end of good. 22 is not good at all. So the doctor had also ordered a blood panel for me at my first exam. So I went and got my blood taken and they tested it, and I will show you the results. First of all, here is what he sent me about my lab results. The cholesterol numbers are okay. With weight loss, I think we will see the numbers head in the right direction. The chemistry panel is just fine. No concerns with the CO2 or glucose. No evidence of diabetes yet. CBC is also okay. The MPV and platelet count are up some, but that will get better with weight loss. So I don't know what a lot of these mean, but the doctor said some of it could be concerning if I were like to continue on with the same path that I've been on. But as of now, they're not bad. And with weight loss, it will get better. So I'm not really going to talk through all of this. I'll just share some screenshots of how my results are, what they look like, and some of you guys will probably understand it. I pretty much do not. Moving forward to the exam that I had yesterday, the doctor was very pleased with my results. So I'm going to go over and we'll see what kind of changes happened. So here are my results from yesterday morning. My blood pressure was 116/89. They said that was better. The doctor said that and the nurse said that. So I'm going to trust that they know what they're talking about. Going back to my past one, it was 130/85. Now it's 116/89. They did not have my height last time, so they didn't have a BMI to put in. But it was 53, I believe. It says it somewhere else. But it was 53, and now it is 47.64. So I did lose 60. Wow, that would be wild. I lost 6 indexes on the BMI. And then my current weight was 268. That's where gaining that little bit of weight from home, going to the doctor's office came in. I drank water, wore clothes. So 168, and I was 302. So that puts me at the 34 pounds down. I'm going to go with my number because I always weigh myself around the same time every day and with the same amount of extenuating weight. Temperature, 97.8. It's colder now. It was 98.2. I really don't know if the temperature plays in at all. Maybe, probably. If you have more weight on you, you're probably warmer. Pulse 84, so it did get better. I was 91, now it's 84. Respiration is 12, which is a good number, according to my mom, and I trust her. So it was 22, and now it is 12. Oxygen saturation, only 98% this time, whereas it was 99. I don't know what this means, but the 98, it could be because I have a lingering cough right now from the illness that I just still haven't quite kicked out of my system yet. One thing that my doctor talked about at my first exam back in August was my caloric intake, my daily caloric intake. So he suggested that I take approximately 1,500 to 1,800 calories per day. I did used to count calories when I first started on my GLP-1. I kind of made like a plan of I could eat this much per meal, or I could eat this much in the day. So I could kind of see like where I was at with my calorie count throughout the day. I also would input my food on an app and it would just count the calories for me, which was super nice. I do not enjoy counting calories. I don't really count calories anymore. I kind of just try to listen to my body. I want to act now at the weight that I am right now. I want to act how I will act when I am smaller. I know when I am smaller, I don't want to be counting calories. I don't want to have to just always spend that time thinking about, oh, am I eating too much? Am I eating too little? Like that kind of a thing. So I'm trying to kind of mimic that and just listen to my body, especially being on a GLP-1 and seeing how much of my plate I will eat. If I dish up a whole plate, do I eat the whole thing? Am I just trying to like just shove it in because I'm like, I need to finish my whole plate kind of a thing. So I'm just trying to act now how I will be acting. So with my other concerns that I went in with, my irregular periods, I, at one point in my life, this was actually right after I got married, I had a period that lasted for a month, which is not good. And I actually ended up having to take some cayenne pepper. It was like in a little tablet. And I had to take that to help stop the bleeding. And it did stop the bleeding, but I just would have like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and my longest one was 4 weeks, where I was just on my period that whole time. And they were painful, like just kind of like laid low, can't do anything. I need like a heating pad in order to help the pain, or like a painkiller. When I went on the carnivore diet, my periods got a lot less painful and they did regulate. When I went to the doctor, I was off the carnivore diet for about 6 months, and I had gained all of the weight back plus some, and my periods were back to being a bit irregular, and they were starting to become somewhat painful. They weren't super bad yet. Since I've been on the GLP-1, my periods have regulated. They're still a bit painful, but I think that will get better over time. My doctor did discuss possible symptoms of PCOS, which I'm highly suspicious that I do have. I have some of the symptoms, definitely not all of the symptoms. With weight loss, PCOS should get better. Hopefully, fertility will get better. My husband and I haven't actually gone in depth and tried to figure out what is wrong. It could be him. It really, really could be me. It's rare for it to be the man, so it really could be me. At my visit yesterday with the doctor, I did talk to him about my dosage. I told him that I had started at the 2.5 milligrams and that I was on that for 8 weeks. And then since then, I've been on the 3.75 milligrams. I did not want to dose all the way up to 5 milligrams. 1, to save money. 2, I wanted to see if a lower dose would do what I wanted it to do for me. He was very pleased that I had minimal to no side effects. I told him about the sulfur burps that happened like in the first week. And those sulfur burps, they weren't bad. They weren't constant. They didn't make me feel like nauseous or anything. So that is kind of telling me that my body can handle this medication pretty well. It's interesting the things that this doctor remembers from when I was talking to him. He's got a pretty good memory, it seems. In his notes, he said her BMI has decreased from 53 to 47. So that is where the 6 BMIs, I'm down 6 BMIs, however you say that thing. She says she exercises regularly, lifting weights with her husband and using a virtual reality fitness program called Supernatural on the Oculus. It's kind of funny. He didn't know what Supernatural was, so it's kind of surprising to me that he remembered that little detail there. One thing that is not in the notes from my doctor is that I have lost 11% of my body weight in 3 months. It's crazy. I've lost 11%. I'm very hopeful in the next 3 months that I will be down at least that much, if not more. When I was talking about dosing with my doctor, I told him that I do want to increase my dose to the 5 milligrams because I've been feeling more appetite. I told him that last week from Thanksgiving, I actually weighed a little bit lower, kind of the same as what I was weighing yesterday morning. And that just, I've felt the hunger come back and I feel like it's time to titrate up in my dose. He thought that was a really good idea. I told him I want to go to the 5 milligrams. He agreed that would be a good plan. He wants me to see if I can stay on that 5 milligram dose for the 3 months to see if the weight loss will still last for that long. We discussed nausea medication. I asked him, like, if for some reason I do feel like some side effects happening that are just really hard to handle, like, what do I do? He said, if like on my injection day, if I'm feeling like nausea or something, I can take like a nausea medication. If it's really bad, I can message him and he will prescribe to me a nausea medication to hopefully help me stay at the 5 milligram dose. And then we can just manage the symptoms of the nausea and still be at the 5 milligram dose so that I can still be losing the weight that I want to lose. So that is how my visit with my doctor went. He was very happy for me. He's so nice. He's such a kind doctor. And he was happy with my numbers, happy with my weight loss. I'm very pleased too. I cannot wait to see where the next 3 months will take me. And I'm happy that you guys can join me on this journey and take a shot at life with me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.